Hi students, welcome to the online class of English. I hope all of you are staying fine. So today we are going to start with a poem named Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. So this is the first poem of your first flight book written by, that is Dust of Snow written by Robert Frost. Now Robert Frost's name is not unknown to you. In class 9 you have studied a poem written by Robert Frost. I hope you remember it. So the poem was The Road Not Taken. So Robert Frost, as you know, he used to write short poems. His poems are Nothing Gold on Stay, The Road Not Taken, Dust of Snow, Fire and Ice, The Oven Bird, etc. Robert Frost was generally associated with nature. So as you know, there has always been a special relation between nature and the human. Nature has always provided a stimulus for the inventive mind. Its beauty has always been a source of inspiration, a source of motivation for human. Nature, as you know, it has got the healing power. Nature has also got the curing power. So now we are going to discuss this particular poem which is on the board. So let me first read out this poem. The way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree, has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had lived. So this is just a very simple poem, an 8-line poem. Okay, so before we move to the literal meaning means meaning word by word, whatever the word means, and we'll also discuss the metaphorical meaning. Okay, so before we move, first let me come to the central idea of this particular poem. So what is the central idea? Central idea, or you can say theme. You can say theme. What? It is a symbolic poem. It is a symbolic poem. It is a symbolic poem. Okay. So this particular poem, okay, this poem tells us, that sometimes what happens, that sometimes even a small incident may prove to be of a larger significance. May prove to be of a larger, or you can say instead of larger, better would be greater significance. G-R-E-A-T-E-R, greater significance. Okay. So this is the central idea of the poem. So as I have said, it is a symbolic poem. This poem tells us that sometimes even a small incident may prove to be of a greater significance. So what does it say? Means sometimes in life, a small thing, a small moment may become very significant, may have a huge impact on the future course of the life, you can say. Okay, so now this is the central idea. Now let me come to the literal meaning. Now literal meaning means word by word understanding. Metaphorical meaning means the deep meaning, the inner meaning of this particular poem. We'll just try to know the way. So what happened, the poem, so this, who is the speaker? The speaker is, you can say, who is the speaker? The poet. So the poet is the speaker of this line. Okay, so what happened? So once the speaker, that is the poet, what he did, he was in a very, you can say, the poet was in a very depressed mood. Very depressed mood. You can say he was depressed mood, upset, grief. Okay. So now first let me just tell you something. Dust of snow. Dust means fine particles. Fine particles of snow. Okay. So since it is all about snow, so which season are we talking about? We are talking about the winter season. So once what happened, the poem sets in like this. The poet, he was in a depressed mood. It was a winter season. It was a winter season. The poet was in a depressed mood. He was very upset. He came out from his house and he took shelter under a hemlock tree. He took shelter under a hemlock tree. Now what is a hemlock tree? It is a poisonous tree with white flowers. Okay, he took shelter under a hemlock tree. That is, what is a hemlock tree? It is a poisonous tree with white flowers. Okay. So when he was under the hemlock tree, a crow from nowhere came and sat on the branches of the hemlock tree. So the way a crow, so what happened? When the crow sat on the branches of the hemlock tree, the sitting of the crow on the tree caused some fine particles of snow falling on the body of the poet. It is clear? So what happened? I'll just repeat it. From nowhere, a crow comes and sits in the branches of the hemlock tree. The sitting of the crow on the branches causes shaking of the branches, and because of it, some fine particles of snow falls on the body of the poet. You can see there was a snow shower. Okay, so me refers to the poet. So shook down on me. What it shook? It shook the branches. What happened? Shaking of the branches. Some fine particles of snow fell on the body of the poet. Why? What caused the action? What caused the shaking? Because of the crow, sitting of the crow on the branches of the hemlock tree. Okay. So now before we move to the second part, let me tell you something about the crow. So here the poet has, okay, crow, I hope all of you know what is a crow. Crow is generally associated with bad omen. Bad omen or ill omen, something with fear. Okay? Okay. Now come to the next paragraph now. So what happened? Has given my heart. Who is the speaker of the second paragraph? Same, the poet. Has given my heart. What has given? The falling of the dust of snow, on the body of the poet has given his heart a change of mood. So what that particular small action, a small incident of nature has just changed his heart as well as changed his mood. Now his mood was changed and now he was happy. He was glad. Okay? He was happy, he was glad. Now his mood has changed from upset to happiness or sadness to happiness, from depressed to gladness, you can say. And change of mood and saved some part. And what happened? And saved some part of a day I had due. So the author, when he started early in the morning, he was very upset. He thought that my whole day would be wasted. Okay? But now he finds that a small incident has just changed his mood and now he feels and saved some part and now he feels that what? The day which he felt was supposed to be wasted, he finds that at least some part of the day he was feeling now happy. Earlier he had regretted. Rued means regret. It is regret bitterly. Okay? Regret bitterly. So earlier he had regretted, but now he feels that what? Some part of the day was saved. It was not whole wasted. Okay? Now come to the metaphorical meaning. Now here you see the crow has the author, the poet has used crow and hemlock tree. The author could have used other birds like nightingale bird, cuckoo bird, or the hemlock tree. Instead of hemlock tree, he could have used oak tree, pine tree, which are the signs of prosperous. Okay. Now the crow and the hemlock tree, the poet has very cleverly, he has used these two particular symbols just to show that what? These are the signs of fear. These are the signs of, fear, You can say something bad. Okay. So if the question is asked that why this particular crow and hemlock tree has been used by Robert Frost, then you should say what? These are the signs, as crow represents, or crow is associated with bad omen. Hemlock tree is a poisonous tree with white flowers, so we don't use such thing. So what happens? Therefore, the poet has used these two particular things just to show what? That is a signs of fear and bad things, you can say. Actually, these two particular things indicates the upset mood of the author. Upset mood of author. Okay, upset mood of author. So, if the question is asked, so why this particular crow and hemlock tree is used? Just to represent the mood of the author. It is clear? So now here, so what happened? Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Okay, so therefore, at just a small thing of nature can sometimes can change the thing. Sometimes what happened, though we find here that crow and hemlock tree are both associated with negativity, but we find that a negativity thing has caused a positivity. A positivity, what is the positivity? The dust of snow falling on the body of the author. So this was the positive. Sometimes what happened, negativity things also can give us positivity. Okay, so we should not always be depressed. So we should, what happened, this particular poem conveys a message. This particular poem, you can say, conveys a message, a very positive message, that what? Simple act of kindness can inspire others and bring a significant change in one's life. So just to end up, to sum it up, you can say every dark cloud has a silver lining. So this is what the poet wants to convey the message to its readers. Okay, thank you for watching. I hope all of you have understood. Thanks.